down?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is markedly greater than other devices.
Watch out for Wiley. He's accounted for everything. He'll know you're coming.
We'd love to help, but not as much as we prefer to leave. Plan guide you.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list and let me go. He must have predicted I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
I swear, the more he talks, the more pain it makes me want to inflict on his person.
Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. It's the time for execution. Those actions and some simpletons within it claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution.
Nice of Seer Wiley to leave us this nightlight. Sorry, rejuvenation device.
That device may be the deciding factor in whether you live or die in the near future. Unless you can expedite it. Look sharp! Baseline! Either restore my life or avenge my death. I'm alive. Who needs to die?
You will cease biological functioning.
Either restore my life or avenge my death. Either restore my life or avenge my death. Loading anew. Random element in the fight.
Those are N-ray junction boxes. That scanner might be useful to see how this place is wired up.
Found another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but
Unfriendly
I didn't
company.
think.
They're mine.
None of that. Remember what Wiley told us.
Document every corpse you find so we have an accurate head count later?
Well, yes, that. But also not everyone will share our vision of the plan. We gave them the option to join us. It's not our fault they chose wrong.
Charismatic mathematicians not so dishonest. He dug his jumpsuit 1.3 pants legs at a time.
shilly-shallying.
Preceding numbers gives us map that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to
May all solutions precede problems. Tabling for now.
Terminating unproductive activity.
Well, that's just plain wrong. Whoever wired this up should be expelled from the Order. I thought they had some self-respect.
Architect's perspiring brow, if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time. Scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere. Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist? I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then. I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. And how do you predetermine the harm of action against the harm of... We make those estimates all the time. That's the whole reason we employ... We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate. I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar. And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should... I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter... When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way. Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting... I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to...
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates, but much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you...
Algunos centímetros más tarde.
Do not follow the plan. We'll be eliminated first.
Enemy spotted.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, But at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's labation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice. But that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out there than just your numbers.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
Eliminate the target!
Isn't this fancy? Guessing these are the abbot's quarters. I see the good abbot's intent on distracting himself from the misery of existence with worldly goods. Never works.
professional ink stamped onto a test of order aptitude. Blame when a student fails. Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Bassar failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the primitive minds of anti-schools. Agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them. I leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call you?
As if we'd fall for their stalling tactics just to watch these poor fools die slowly and horribly, mangled like punch cards. What were we talking about again? Prefer to kill my enemies first, innocent hostages later. Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages.
Praise high probability. Wiley Trap is here. He let some others go, but didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
He's lost his wits. Kept going on about his puzzle in the research wing upstairs. That must be where he hid the key to stop the press.
I feel like this is a good time to stop and discuss things, Commander. Normally I'd suggest picking the lock on that safe, but it looks to be rigged. This must be the so-called puzzle they expect us to waste our time on. It was constructed by a child. Look sharp! It's a fight! Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby. Look sharp. Fight. Your combat proficiency is reassuringly marginal. Mark my supposition.
Either restore my life or
Let's not retract your subtraction.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Verifying hostile presence. Firing target. Assessing. Investigating disturbance.
Seems we've effectively begun their puzzle. Idiots. They obviously meant for this to waste our time. Let's just find a way to kill the hostages so we can move on.
See? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back?
Hurry! Disable the court press machine!
Still say it would have saved time for us to just kill the hostages ourselves.
Thank you, stranger.
Roger would appreciate that, I think.
Location determined.
This weapon prime. Unfriendly company. They're prime.
claim that all things happen.
Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought it. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted you too, huh? Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including But
maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
I see someone has been reading On the Origin of Spreads. It has the
mental carceration and the potential unreality of conscious experience adds an interesting...
Perhaps later. For now, I feel we should reward our guest with their choice of reward, given the idiosyncratic nature of his conclusion. Very well. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials. We appreciate your time.
Some simpletons within it claim that all things happen for a reason.
about to verify my trepidation.
Investigating.
Look sharp. Aggressor at hand.
Progressing.
Replenishing mechanism. Recharged for mayhem.
It's a fight! Oh, look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
aproximadamente 10 horas después.
So Clemens and Svoboda's killer arrives. So much of our plan ruined because of your meddling. Victor's explosives would have minimized casualties on both sides. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has That's preposterous. And I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate the failings in your logic. Suffice to say, the Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment. What in the Architect's computational summary are you on about? That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. My talent without peer. What has Joseph ever done for the Order except occupy my value? No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. My math is always correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What more could I have done? Where did I err? Enough! Please. Your point has been sufficiently made, and I've already sent Augustine everything she needs. But all our communications are on this terminal. It is yours, though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obviously, my analytical acumen is not. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down and notify them of my resignation. I have no more predictions to offer, now or ever. What a fool I was to believe I mattered in the plan's grand.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. Much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can Without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be, yet we must act unflinchingly.
We should get ourselves to those peace talks post-haste, Commander. Wouldn't want to miss out on any of the mayhem and carnage.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon, that is, Seer Wiley. I'm greatly relieved to hear it. Did he mention me at all? I'd rather hope that would not come to... I'm sure you also think me to blame for all of this. But you have to understand my position. With the schism and now the war, the Order stands alone for the first time in its storied history. We have no experience with governance. Well, myself especially. Quite right. No time for wallowing. From this point forward, I will lead by example. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. Regrettable. You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon back inside the observatory, the Oracle. It was Landon's design. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the...
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I estimate I'm 43.11% gay.